Alright, so we're going to start off with knee repeater on the right. Keep pushing for 20 seconds. Drawing the belly in. And time. Alright, so you're going to switch legs now. Do it on the other side. Keeping your back straight. Hips are square. Time. Right, this time we're going to do a lunge with a knee lift. Ready? Let's go. So driving the knee up as high as you can, using your belly to help you balance. And time, and we're going to of course do it on the other side. Ready, go, up. So make sure you bend both knees here in a lunge. It's not just the front knee bending, but the back knee needs to drop down to the floor as well. And time. Alright, so that's set one done. And now we're moving on to the next step. You've got 30 seconds to breathe and recover a little here. So whenever you're ready, you're coming down to the floor and we're going to set up for some push-ups. So make sure that your hands are wider than your mat. And you bring the weight forwards, chest over hands. I'm on my knees here. And when you're ready, let's go. So keeping your ears in line with your shoulders so that your spine stays nice and straight. And time. So just again, breathing for 10 seconds and we're going to do it again. So your belly stays lifted here to help again, keeping your spine nice and straight. Now if you want to do these up onto your toes, go for it. A little bit more intense, but a great option. Right, next round's going to get a little bit more challenging. So we're going to go down for a push-up and add a cross tap. If you don't want a cross tap, just stay with the normal push-up, same as we did round 1 and 2. And breathe for a sec. Not too long, it's only 10 seconds. Alright, round 4 is going to get a little bit more challenging again. We're going to go into plyo push-ups. And as per usual, these are a little bit more explosive, a little bit more intense. So if that's not for you today, stick with the cross taps or just a normal push-up. Time. Alright, come on up. Again, you've got 30 seconds to breathe. And we're going to come into some side steps. So down low, chest up, and you're just going to push off side to side. Now if hopping across is not for you, you can always step these instead and take the impact out of the exercise. Great. Breathe. You're going to do the same thing. This time turn it into a skater. So you can add the arms on. Sit your hips back. Let's go. Push the knees out to the side. Make sure you're connecting your foot into the floor. And breathe. We're going to do the same thing for the next round. Just try and sit a little deeper. We're down low. Ready? Let's go. Push off the side edge of your foot. Get some distance if you've got the space. And breathe. And for the last one, we're going to add a little bit more depth. Again, if you don't want to, you can stay up. So this time, let's see if you can touch the floor. So you're still aiming to keep the hips square. Still trying to sit your hips back. You're going to have to bend your knees a little bit more in order to touch the floor. It's not a deadlift. And breathe. All right, so now we're coming down to the floor for the next exercise, leg drops. You can do these with your head and shoulders down on the floor, or you can curl up like I am. It is obviously your choice, whatever feels more comfortable for your neck and your back. So when you're ready, set yourself up. Legs up, curl up. Let's go. Now it's important here to keep the belly drawn inwards, almost like your low back is melting down into the floor so that you avoid any back strain here. If you are feeling back strain, try bending the knees. You can work in toe taps instead. All right, that's your first set. 3 more to go. Let's go. And have a breather. Right, so if you're starting to feel fatigued, remember you can always take the options at any time. If you're still up for more of a challenge, try dropping the legs lower to the floor. Remember to stay within your control. You should not be feeling any straining through your back. All right, last one of these. All right, and have a rest. Moving on to the next exercise. All right, so for the next one, we've got a rotating plank. If you don't want to rotate today, just hold a normal static plank. That is fine for the sets. If you're gonna come along with me today, you'll end up with the forearms together, just like a genie, elbows under your shoulders. And you can do this exercise on your knees or on your toes. Again, it's whatever feels best for your body. And rest. All right, so that was just the static plank. This time we're going to add the rotation. And so the lower intensity here would be to drop the bottom knee down to the floor. You're still going to turn your body, rotating your feet, your hips, your shoulders all at the same time. And have a breather. All right, so you can either drop to the knees again, or this time maybe try up onto your toes. Now if you're up on the feet, your feet will turn to the side as well. So feel the side edges of the feet as you rotate out to the side. And breathe. And lucky last one. Chest turns out to the side wall. Facing in the same direction as your hips. Push the floor away with the grounded forearm and breathe. Alright, so we're going to start at the most basic level for this next one and then add on as we go. So we're coming into a little bit of a chest lift. Your legs and your hips will stay heavy and grounded. When you're ready, you're going to lift up through your chest, lift the forearms off the floor, and you're reaching forwards and back, alternating the arms. You can go straight into double arms if you like. I'm just showing the more basic version of this exercise. And then the next round will make it a little bit more challenging. Alright, so this time we're going to double up. Keep lifting up through your chest, and now you're reaching both arms forwards, trying to maintain your body. Make sure your hips and your legs are still heavy here. Alright. Next one, we're going to make it a little bit more challenging again and add the legs on. Legs up, chest up, let's go. So see if you can squeeze your inner thighs together here. If it's too much on your low back, just rest the feet down to the floor and work the upper body as we did in the last couple sets. Touch down. And lucky last one, more challenging again. This time we're going to do a little swimmer leg, which is really going to challenge your back body. So legs are kicking the whole time, and you're going to reach the arms forward and back, just as we did in the last set. Now it's important to make sure that you are still peeling your belly up and away from the floor. So even though you're working into your low back, you want that extra support network. And breathe. Right, flipping over now. Right, so for the next exercise, we're going to come into a bicycle. We are going to keep the head and shoulders down for this one, but if you really want to curl up and work a little bit more into the upper abs, you're welcome to. I want this one to be for the low abs for me, so I'm going to keep my head and shoulders down. So you're going to push the legs up and forwards, looking for a big bicycle. And just have a little sneaky peek at your knees and make sure that your knees stay relatively in line with your hips or your thighs parallel. And breathe. So just a 10-second recovery, not very big at all. We go again. Now the bigger you make these, the more intense it's going to be for your belly. Again, make sure you're watching out for your low back. You're keeping your belly switched on so your low back isn't straining here. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Legs up. See if you can relax through your neck, your jaw, and your shoulders. All right, one more to go. Legs up. Keep pressing out through your heel. And we're done. All right, coming up to standing. Again, I'm going to start at the most basic level here and then add on as we go. So this is your time to have a drink if you want one. Otherwise, we're going to get started and come into some side taps. So stay low into the legs here. And adding that reach is going to help you engage into your obliques. So it becomes a little bit more of a whole body workout. Breathe. Again, it's just 10 seconds, it goes quick. This time we're going to turn it into some jumping jacks. Now I'm reaching overhead here, that'll help me burn a few more calories and raise my heart rate. If you don't want to raise your heart rate quite that high, keep the arms lower or even just take the arms out and do just the legs. And breathe. Right, this round we're going to go into a drop squat. So it's almost like you're going to jack the legs out, but you drop into a squat. Heels are heavy, let them sink down, then you're going to spring up and come back into center. Drop and lift, drop and lift. Right, for this last round, you're going to put the two together. So we're going to do one drop squat, one jack. Let's go. Up and drop. Up and drop. Sinking your hips back. And remember to ground the heels when you're dropping down into your squat. Almost there. Done. That's it. Well done.